I would have to say I'm most excited to just be able to play, with a new group of guys, actually getting the PMAC, show all the new fans, and show everyone like what we've been working on, how consistent we've been trying to go hard in practice, and everything that Coach Wade is trying to implement into our system.
We just got done talking to Coach Wade. He really had a lot of good things to say in terms of the anticipation around this team. What are some things that have stood out to you so far in practices about this group?
I would have to say the first thing is everyone's open ears. Like everyone wants to listen, everyone wants to learn and like try to apply it to the practice or scrimmages, games, whatever you want to say, basically. So yeah, I would have to say everyone's open ears, everyone's listening, and you can actually see like guys are trying to implement what they're hearing and what the coaches are saying into practice. So just knowing that everyone's just willing to learn, like that's a good sign for our season, because obviously we're gonna have our like ups and downs throughout the season, and we can't get too down on losses and stuff like that. Hopefully we don't have any, but like just learning and just learning the process for like the freshman guys and the JUCO guys that came in, just knowing that everyone's just trying to be on board and just build that championship culture.
How much more comfortable do you feel this year compared to coming in as a true freshman last year?
1,000 times more comfortable. Last year I didn't know what to expect, so coming into college I was just like a raw talent that Coach Wade and the coaching staffs kind of had to learn, and I felt like going throughout the season I learned a lot more about myself off the court than I did like on the court, because basketball is always going to be basketball, but like as far as like the change of pace throughout the game and having the media timeout, stuff like that, like, I don't know how to pace the game and how to manage the game based off of like the media timeouts and stuff like that.
Talk about how you've kind of adjusted your, because Will Wade's talking about how a lot of people on the team have kind of adjusted and changed their bodies and got a little bigger and stronger. How have you kind of adjusted this year, and how do you think it's going to help you this year with the new body style you have now?
I would say based off of like everyone's saying I look a little stronger. I'm not gonna go into that, but just based off of how we've been practicing, Coach Wade is letting us run up and down the court. So I feel like having more like muscle on me, like being a little stronger, that's helped me maintain a longer like season and stuff like that. Obviously we're not in the season, but I feel like that's gonna help me in that aspect of playing this year. Last year I was a little fragile, so I would have to say this year that's gonna be my biggest thing, just knowing like when to go, how to like cuff the ball going to the basket. Little things like that are definitely going to be a game changer, because I'm stronger, so I'll be able to get through like double team and stuff like that easier.
How much weight did you put on? You know?
No, I don't know the exact.
You just got a little stronger. You feel like
yeah.
You're just in the gym all summer. Obviously, like you said, you're coming in last year. This year, instead of like learning, you're now like kind of pushing to try and teach others, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that one of the bigger focuses for you? But like for you personally, what's the kind of thing that you're hoping to get better around this year, now that you don't have to deal with all the deciding factors and like get used to it?
I would have to say being able to manage the game and talk to my teammates in a way where I'm not yelling at them, because last year I've never like really been like vocal. So I feel like this year I'm a lot more vocal, and I'm able to get my point across to my teammates without just yelling at them, because obviously different players have a different like approach to how people talk to them. So I've just been trying to talk more, just lead the younger guys and just try to show them the way, because obviously last year was a long season, and I feel like me going through my freshman year as a sophomore, I can talk to the freshmen and the JUCO guys that came in about how the game's gonna go, how the season's gonna go, and when you might, like whenever your body feels like fatigued or tired, like halfway through the season, this is what you have to do to be able to get back to just feeling like yourself.
For you, I know fans and I know even media people are kind of excited about this switch. Got you. Yeah, that's perfect. I know everyone's kind of hyping y'all up a little bit. You got that incoming class, and they even asked about it.
Yeah.
Never-endingly, but really for you, when you get on the court and you see Nas, you see Emmett, and you see all these new faces, just what's it like for you, knowing I get to distribute and maybe throw a couple alley-oops? Like, are you excited about this new problem?
Oh, most definitely. Just knowing that there's last year we had talent, but just knowing that like we have more talent, more playmakers, more guys that are more versatile at different spots, that just opens my game up more. I feel like last year I had to force a lot of shots, I had to force a lot of like plays to actually work. So this year, like the other team's game plan just can't be me, or just me, Sky, and WAP. So just knowing that like we're able to have a more structured offense and free flowing first, and then we have court situations come, we can just flow right into offense. But just knowing that we have pieces this year, it's just a different feeling for me, and I'm still learning how to adjust and like play with them, because last year, like everyone knows, everything was ball screen, played through me. So being able to play off the ball with Javante at the point guard or Skylar at the point is just a much different feeling. And everyone's coach, Greg Heyer, he's been talking to me, or like sending me a lot of quotes and clips of Steph Curry, because he can play on the ball and he can play off the ball. So that's what I've been watching. I've been watching Kyrie still, and Chris Paul, and how he manages the team. So I just have a much different role, but I still have to do the things I did last year.
I was going to ask about that. With 3-point guards, Will Wade said it might be 3-point guards at one time on the court. I mean, are you excited to kind of play off the ball a little bit? Or?
Yeah, I'm nowhere near that type of player that I don't have to have the ball in my hands. Last year I had to have the ball in my hands for our team to be able to process and work through a lot of like our defaults throughout the season. But this year I'm all for it. If Skylar or Javante has the ball and they want to bring it up, I will sprint to that corner and let them do what they do, because I know the ball's going to end up in someone's hand, because Coach Wade, in someone's hands that can make a play, because Coach Wade is going to put 5 on a court, or even recruit 5 that can't do anything. So I'm not really worried about them bringing the ball. I know they'll protect it.
Kind of bringing up Javante, describe his game for us, and what does he add to this front court?
He adds a much bigger. Obviously, last year I was a point guard, so I was a lot smaller. I would say he has a different feel like to the game, because he can take it off the bounce, he can pull up, he can run the team, and just knowing that he can. He's a very versatile. Like, he can catch and shoot. Like, a lot of players can't like go from being a point guard, having the ball in their hands all the time, to going straight into catch and shoot, because you're always trying to think about the next play, and that's something that I've been working on, trying not to think about making the next play, just making a more simple play. So he's obviously helped me in that aspect of the game, and I'm just learning from him as we go along too, because he's done a lot of things in practice that have kind of made me open my eyes. And Coach Wade and Coach GH are like, "Hey, did you see that?" I'm like, "Yes, Coach." I'm just trying to add everything I can to my game, so he's definitely been a key part to our team.
You excited for the game on Saturday? How do you start to look? You're gonna be at the game Saturday?
Yeah, I will. Good luck to LSU.
Most excited about around the game?
I'm not a huge fan of football. I just go to support my fellow classmates.
Obviously, you guys are excited for the season to start. Taking one game at a time. Are there any games you already have circled on the calendar? Any games you're looking forward to more than others?
No, I said this earlier in some of our other interviews. The whole team, like, we've come to a conclusion that we're going to try to take it we will take it one day at a time. We're not going to look too far ahead and looking forward to a certain game, because we know that our whole season can be ruined by a UNC Greensboro or somebody like that. So we're just trying to take it one game at a time and just flow throughout the year like that.
And obviously the team has big expectations, but you're up for the Bob Cousy Award. Is that something you'd like to see take home? Any other individual awards?
That's going to come the more we win, because obviously everyone wants to see players who can take their team deep into the season, and obviously the March Madness tournament, and just knowing that my teammates have my back, just knowing that if we win, we'll be able to get whatever championship award that we want, and things like that are going to come.